Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Molechop here, coming at you with Game 5 of this series between Root, being represented by Kiwikaki in the yellow Protoss up here at the north, and Idra, being represented by the blue Zerg, or Idra representing EG, Team Evil Geniuses, here in the blue Zerg at the 6 o'clock position. This is the map Metalopolis again. I don't know what the map picking situation was for this this clan war. This is again part of the StarCraft Gaming League playoffs, clan league basically. I don't know what the map picking system was. It may have been a loser pick sort of situation because we've seen Metalopolis twice now. I do not know. In any case, Idra is going to be facing off against Kiwikaki. This is a must-win situation for Kiwikaki. His team is down 3-1. If Idra takes this game, it's going to be 4-1, which is a win. It's up to Kiwikaki to come back and basically multi-kill the other team in order to win this set for his team. Put down a pylon over near here by his ramp so he can put down buildings to make a blockade at his ramp. He's scouting very, very early, actually. Really, really wants to know what Idra's up to. Idra, let's see what Idra's doing, actually. He's up to 15. He's got it rallied out here, so he's probably going to be going for a 15 hatchery is what I'm thinking here. Is Kiwikaki going to let him do it? No. Oh, he even... Look at that. Look at that. So pro. Idra sees the probe, immediately plants down a pool instead of a hatchery. Nicely done. Very, very smart decision making there, because this probe's going to block your hatchery forever. It's going to build a pylon. It's going to be super annoying. It's going to throw everything off. You might as well go for that pool instead if you gotten out there a little bit sooner. Sometimes I'll actually even send a drone down a little bit early and hide him back here so the probe goes up to scout. I know it's safe to come out and put up a hatchery. Anyway, he does want to get that hatchery down eventually anyway, so he's coming out here and battling that probe anyway. Oh, probe actually very, very low on health right now. Comes in here, scouts the pool. I think he scouted it earlier anyway. Kiwikaki back at his main base is just kind of going for a normal build here. Gateway comes up, he's going to put down a core. Leaves a little bitty gap for a Zealot to basically plug up that gap. And Idra, this is kind of interesting. Idra's mining gas with one worker. That's a little bit strange. I wonder if maybe he actually, let's see here. Maybe he showed gas to, I didn't see if there was 3 drones on that gas before, but maybe he showed his gas to Kiwikaki and Kiwikaki saw 3 and thought he was going for speedlings, and so maybe he pulled guys off of gas instead. Anyway, well, those drones just went into that extractor, so he's actually mining with three now. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. May have just wanted to not let up his mineral production and wanted to get a little bit of gas incoming. Drone scout still in the base, actually. I don't even know. I don't know if Kiwikaki even knows that drone is there. The thing is, yeah, okay, never mind. He does because he's got his sentry rallied to go attack it. Anyway, 2 gases up for Kiwikaki. He's probably going to get a couple more gateways up and do some kind of a 3-gate expansion with sentries is what I'm anticipating here. Anyway, so I want to talk about a little bit about Kiwikaki for just a moment. I mentioned in the last game I really, really wanted to cast a Kiwikaki game. I haven't really had a chance to. This is the guy that, like, when you ask, you know, players in the United States or in North America or whatever, in the quote-unquote foreign scene, in the non-Korean scene, who's the most creative player? It's pretty much everyone says it's Kiwikaki. I mean, is he really going to leave that drone there with 9 hit points? Oh man, drone almost got over here to scout a 4th gateway. Ooh, 4th gateway actually. Now this doesn't necessarily mean, because it's a little bit later, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a 4 gateway rush. Okay, yeah, so here's the pylon going down at the bottom of the ramp. Means it probably is still going to be an expansion. Sometimes you just get that 4th gateway if you're not sure what your opponent is doing and you're worried about a bust and you think you might need that 4th gateway for defense. You can get that 4th gateway up. But he is going to have 3 gateways here. He's probably going to pump out a few sentries with those warp gates as soon as they become functional. There he goes, warp gates, and 10 seconds later. Oh, Overlord's coming in here. Overlord trying to scout what's going on. Is he going to see anything? He sees the 4. Oh, it's 2 Zerglings running into the main while the Zealot's just chilling there. You are fired, Zealot. You are completely fired. Your only job was to watch to make sure nothing went through this tiny little door, and you screwed it up. Oh man, couple spine crawlers going down at the front here because he saw this 4th gateway. So even though there's a pylon at the bottom, he actually doesn't know what the build is going to be. And more, okay, actually another sentry and some zealots being warped in. So he's going to put a little bit of pressure on here with these units. And I selected the Mengsk statue in with the units there for some reason. Anyway, so some Zerglings are on the map. He just produced a lot of Zerglings. Roachhorn is on the way. So both, it's interesting, both players kind of being defensive at the same time. Kiwikaki is going to put up a little bit of pressure with these sentries. He needs to be very careful, though. I have seen so many Protoss players. Now, you kind of need to push out with something as a Protoss player. You need to force the Zerg to build some Zerglings. But what is he doing? He's actually going to go all the way up here. I don't know if this is a good idea at all. He's coming right into the front door. He sees a couple of spine crawlers, and he's got a lot of zealots there, but he doesn't have a forward pylon to really... Oh, he's going to trap this queen. Oh, snaps that queen's neck. And if somehow, even though it just died of wounds, massive amounts of wounds, it just falls over in a pile. Some Zerglings coming in, surrounding these sentries. He needs to be super careful. He needs to fight. He needs to fight with the zealots and not with the sentries right now. He needs to get out of town. His sentries are low on health. Everything's low on shields right now. He needs to leave. He needs to leave now, I think, with these sentries. He might even just sack his zealots, attack with his zealots, and run with his sentries if possible. Looks like the sentries are in the lead at least, so they are going to be able to get away while these roaches attack the zealots from behind. Luckily, they are not speed upgraded. Speed upgrade is going to come in very soon, though. Looks like these units... Well, speedlings are going to try and stop them from getting away, though. Nicely done. He's going to move in here and trap them with the speedlings a little bit. Force field's going down. He made him spend those force fields. Kiwikaki was just going to try and get away without using his force fields, but he's forced to use them. He's down to just, well, just about, like, only 50,000 force fields at this point. Sentries have so much energy. They've got 200 max energy, and so that's 4 force fields if they're fully charged up. And these guys have been marching around, charging up for a while. Hallucination being researched. Very good idea. You can get some hallucinated units. Scare the Zerg into thinking you have different tech than you do, or you can use a Phoenix, hallucinated Phoenix, to scout with. Idra taking his third base as well. Very good choice at this point since he's just chased off an attacking army. In any case, I was going to say I've seen a lot of Protosses lose their initial sentries because they venture out like that with just like 1 or 2 zealots to accompany. And if you lose those initial sentries, you're basically dead. And against Idra, you are dead, period. In any case, to go back real quick, Kiwikaki, known as a very, very creative player. I'm hoping we can see something interesting from him this game because he's pretty much known for that kind of thing. People say, oh, no one does that, you know, no one goes this, oh, except Kiwikaki, you know, he'll pull it off sometimes. There's the hallucinated Phoenix is going to go ahead and scout things out. Interesting pattern to go off this way. Maybe he's going to scout for extra bases while he's going ahead and scouting. Overlord's also going out to scout. Overlord not quite going to see that scouting Phoenix. He's going to see this third base over here. Just going to cruise on through and basically just trying to kind of see what tech's going on. Going to spot that macro hatch, the Hydralisk Den. Interesting with the Hydralisk Den, he's actually running an Overlord in here. He's going to spot the... Oh, spots the robotics bay. So that's interesting. Spire immediately. Immediate Spire. Wow. Wow. Immediate Spire. I'm not sure why he got that Hydralisk Den, to be completely honest. He's making a few Hydras. I guess what he did is... no, actually, I know why he made the Hydralisk Den, because it's quicker. It's quicker than getting Spire units. Hydralisks can be very, very effective against gateway units, and he did have a very big gateway army. Gateway-based army, so it was a very good move, actually, to get the Hydralisk Den. But he's probably not going to get many Hydras. The other reason is... he was pretty much in the dark until he got that Overlord speed, so he didn't really know if there was a Stargate behind this, if there was 2 Stargates behind this. I mean, it's Kiwikaki, you know? You never know what he's going to do. He's crazy! He's not crazy, but he does a lot of strange builds, so Hydralisk Den, a good safeguard against any kind of crazy Void Ray build or something like that. In any case, so he's going for Colossi, though, which means Idra is not going to produce any more Hydralisks. Well, just as I say that, he's producing 3 more Hydras. Okay, so that's cool. He may be... I'm not sure why he's going for some Hydras, actually. I mean, they're good units to have, but I guess, you know, only a handful of them is okay. Just as long as he doesn't make too many more. Because otherwise the Colossi are just going to own him. Second Colossus is coming out. Thermalance is about to finish as well. Overlord coming in to try and scout. Gets snapped. Snapped by those... Excuse me, by those stalkers there. A little bit of a hiccup there. Sorry. robotics facility has stopped putting out units. That is interesting. So he's got those 2 Colossus, and now he's switching up into Citadel tech, and Kiwikaki 414141414. I'm not sure what was going on there. Maybe he was spamming and he accidentally hit enter. That's interesting. Anyway, so he's switching up into Templar tech. Pretty good choice. Pretty good choice. So this is actually turning out to be a really interesting game. Zerglings sneaking in here are going to get taken out by probes. Not before he takes out a couple probes, though, actually. Oh, one last probe with the dying breath of that Zergling. Massive army coming here, poking and prodding. Oh, I like this. Hallucinated. Wow, he hallucinates an army. A couple more. Wow, and the Corruptors coming in here. They're attacking the real one first, but he had positioned them so that they would actually attack the hallucinated Colossi. Excellent, excellent move. Good force fields during that battle, holding things off as well. Both players basically forced to retreat. That is really, really interesting. He is trying to fake like he's going mass Colossus by hallucinating extra Colossus, and he should actually rejoin that one up back with his... Oh, man, that Colossus. This is the first time ever Colossus may get killed by Zerglings. No, he gets to the ledge in time. Cliff walks right back up it. Oh, the Corruptor's coming in to finish the job. Are they going to get it? Yes, they are, because he didn't send his stalkers over there to help out with that. Here comes those Corruptors actually hovering on top there to see what other units there are. Hydralisks coming in to finish off those gateway units. There's not quite enough, though, I don't think, especially with the Guardian Shields doing a lot of absorption of the damage from those Hydralisks. More coming from behind, though. Kiwikaki warping in more units, though. Both players rallying reinforcements to this location to try and hold things off. Idra with a ton of useless Corruptors in the air because he's been switching over. He didn't actually have that many Colossi at all. He's been getting Blink instead, so it wasn't Templar tech after all. It was actually Blink tech. Look at this. Blinking back the injured Stalkers so they don't take as much damage. They can still fire from behind. Hydralisk taking lots of damage. Oh, and now he's just got so many Stalkers. The ones in the front full health because they're the reinforcements, chasing down, taking out lots of units. And Kiwikaki, in the meantime, has kept his 3rd base. He's taking a 4th base. Idra's just getting up his 4th base a little bit later. So look at that. That was actually beautiful. That was a beautiful, beautiful play. He showed all those Colossi with the hallucination. Idra made overcommitted to these Corruptors, which came in there and killed off the one remaining Colossus, which didn't really matter that much anyway, since it was just the one. It could have helped out a lot, but it would have been handy to have in that battle, definitely. But wasn't a deciding factor since it was just the one. But then Idra had, 9 Corruptors in the air instead of, a bunch more Hydralisks, which would have easily won him that battle if he had another 9 Hydralisks instead, for instance. So, very, very interesting play. And he shows the blink. I mean, obviously he showed it because he used it. Adding another Colossus in there. I like that these Corruptors are now just delegated to scouting purposes now. He actually sees that more units are being produced from that robotics facility, so he knows that there's some Colossi coming out. So that's kind of an interesting choice given the fact that those Corruptors are there. Maybe he wants to force the Corruptors to engage instead of making them, try and upgrade them to Broodlords or something. He does have the Infestation Pit. He's researching the glands to get them more energy when they pop out. Idra creeping up everywhere, by the way. Idra is doing a very, very good job. He usually does do a good job of creeping everything. But producing massive amounts of Hydralisks still, that is a lot of Hydras. Now, this is going to be very, very... The micro in this battle is going to be crucial because... Is he producing a 3rd Colossus? Oh my gosh. Fleet Beacon! We might be seeing some of that Kiwikaki goodness after all. Colossus in the back. If he target fires the Corruptors, he might be able to kill them off. But he's actually just blinking back the Stalkers, fighting the ground army instead. The Corruptors take down those Colossi very quickly. And now these Hydralisks are going to completely own all these. Look at the Corruption has gone down on a lot of those. It looks like it's going to run away. It's going to run out. So the Corruption won't be able to do as much damage. But... basically, Corruption is the anti-Guardian Shield. Look at this, blinking back the Herd Stalkers again. Corruptors coming in. I don't think they quite have the cooldown on the Corruption yet. Almost a good concave, but not enough Hydralisks to really make use of that concave with the high ground, and he's actually going to be forced back. Wow. Just due to beautiful blink micro there, and more importantly, having more forces. Wow, taking that battle, and now Kiwikaki with an enormous, actually, he probably has a huge army lead. Look at this. No, that's not huge, actually. 180 to 166. Not that huge. Speed Zerglings coming in here, surrounding the Stalkers. Isn't going to really affect them too much with the Blink upgrade, but the Hydra is chasing them down while they're attacking the Zerglings. The Hydra is doing massive damage. picking him off. He can't blink away fast enough. Blinks the non-injured ones into the Hydras to form a surround on them. Idra ruffling at at how badly he's getting beaten right now, presumably, and leaving the game. GG, nicely done by Kiwikaki, and I love that move. Usually you blink the damage stalkers back so that they don't get as injured. In that case, he actually took the clump of non-injured stalkers in the back and blinked them to the front, surrounded Idra's forces so they couldn't fall back, they couldn't escape. And once again, Idra with a bunch of corruptors sitting up there doing nothing. Would have much rather had those be something else, I imagine. And I'm a little bit surprised that Idra... Well, no, I'm not surprised. Never mind. I was going to say I'm surprised he left the game because he sold a lot of supply, but it looks like a lot of supply was in Zerglings and Infestors that had not been produced yet, and drones. So he didn't actually have an army. He was going to lose this high yield. And he was already behind in bases. Anyway, so Kiwikaki... We didn't get to see what happened with that fleet beacon after all. He had a Stargate, he had a fleet beacon. Looks like he might have been thinking about carriers. We didn't get a chance to see it. Maybe in the next game. And so, actually, let me just go ahead and check. It looks like Kiwikaki is going to face Strifecrow again in Game 6. Strifecrow, I think Machine maybe couldn't make it to this event. So they played Strifecrow twice. So Strifecrow is going to come out and play Kiwikaki, another ZVP. And we'll see if Strifecrow can take the win for Team EG, or if Kiwikaki can bring it to an ace match. Thanks very much for watching. GG.